I've been doing some research into what my issues are and why I have issues outdoors and not in. And last year I had issues. I lost some fish, and I thought it was just because I didn't keep up on my water changes. But I've been doing pretty darn regular water changes, but it's so hot and direct sunny, this tanks just fill up with gunk right away. And with the losses I've been having, which didn't make sense to me, I happened across a post from a fellow goldfish keeper who mentioned that algae gives off oxygen during the day and then takes in oxygen at night, so you have these big swings in pH. And you'll know that because your sponge filters will float. And that's what I've been seeing. I'll just come home and my sponge filters will be floating. And I always thought it was just a buildup of gunk on there in the oxygen and it, holding too much oxygen or whatever. But I'm starting to think the white and slime coat and the issues I've been having are pH swings from the algae I have in here. Now, green water is good for goldfish. Green water isn't what I have. I do have some green water, but I have a bunch of just gunky algae because I've been trying to use sponge filters because it's more cost effective than running a bunch of pumps. And it doesn't pick up the gunk. And that gunky algae must be contributing to these massive pH swings and causing my issues with my fish. So I've got to, as soon as possible, get all the rest of my fish moved indoors. I've lost a couple more fish. I've lost one big older calico. Like I said, quite a few of my Amy Shanka and my both lines on those. I just got done with a 13-hour shift, so my power of speech fails me, but I need to get everybody moved indoors. I am going to hit the koi show, make sure that all these Oranda babies are treated one more time just to make sure that there is no issue that I'm missing besides the pH swing, and bring a bunch of babies to the Minnesota Koi Show and then see if maybe I can find a nice red-white female or maybe another Oranda-like meathead, and then get my rescues indoors. I've only lost one rescue, fortunately. The other one was a Southwest Koi one I got. Well, I had two females that got top floaty, which I really need to. The ones that I've had floaty issues with that have developed swim bladder have always been female. I've never had a male develop swim bladder. And I think there must be some kind of internal bacterial tied to it that the next time I get a floaty female, I'm going to try some kanamycin gel food. But that's on another offshoot. The fact is I need to get my fish, all of my rescues in that, indoors, make room in the back room, and clear everybody and get my fish indoors before I lose any more. So next year I'm going to look into one larger, like 1,000-gallon, and an actual skippy filter, something that'll scoop all this gunk out, keep down the algae, because sun is really good. Like, that vitamin D is really good for fish, and the sun is really good for bringing out the colors, and I want to give them that time outdoors, but it's not working with sponge filters at all. So lesson tough lesson learned. I'm doing a large water change on this one, and I've still got some still drifting around in here, not looking too happy. And like I said, I've been doing continuous, like almost every other day water changes, but it just builds up gunk so fast in these that I just got to get them indoors until I design something better for next year. So I do have a couple Amy Shonker calicos left. I do have some baby Amy Broadtails left that I can hopefully pull through with everything and maybe salvage being able to have this line still. That's my hope at least. So, but one of the things about keeping fish and talking about it on YouTube is sharing your mistakes and helping other people learn. And unfortunately, another hard lesson, sponge filters and overly green water just don't work. So cross your fingers for me that I can get everybody indoors and get enough of these Amy lines pulled through that I'll still be able to carry these lines in the future. And yeah.